Hello my darlings and welcome to my channel. Today, as I promised, I'm making this video about questions and answers, and today I'm gonna respond to your questions in my post, and I wanna thank everyone who participated in this and for your support, honesty, for your curiosity, and of course for your respect that you managed to express your questions in a very respectful way. And it's very important for me always. So before I start, I want to say I cannot answer all of your questions, there are so many, but I chose the ones that will somehow help other people to grow, maybe to learn something. And also there are some questions that are repeating themselves, and I already answered them in my previous readings like that. So you can actually search on my channel answer questions and answers, and I think I have one or two videos about, like, where I respond to certain questions that I don't want to repeat myself today. Okay, anyways, so let's start with the first question, which was many of you asked, is my spiritual background. Okay, so I want to say my spiritual awakening have started around 5 years ago, and I've been through major transformations, I would say, in my life. I've lost a lot. I've gone through many things, hurt, disappointments. I had to start my life all over again from the scratch, and I even want to say I had to be reborn in order to learn everything from the beginning. And I want to say my life is not the same anymore. I'm a very different person right now from how I was before, and I even sometimes say that I'm only like around 5 years old. Why? Because before that, all that happened before that, I feel like this was my previous life that I learned from. I was happy there. I had some good and bad moments, but it's not who I am today. So again, if you want to hear about more about me in my other videos, I actually explain. Originally I'm from Russia, I was born there, but I also lived in Israel, and now for many years I live in US. So let's say I'm a traveler. I often relocate, even if it's from apartment to apartment. That's how it is. Okay, but the thing is, I want to say before my spiritual awakening, I always had those healing qualities, which means I could release negative energies, bad eye from other people using candles, and from myself. Matches, I always was like, in tune with fire, candles, all of that somehow helped other people. But I was doing it intuitively. It was never in my head that I'm actually going to help many people, or that it's something that I can call a gift, until recently, right? Also about the coffee cup readings, you ask like how I got there, and the candle wax reading. As I said, I'm very good with fire, but for the coffee cup I was actually doing my own readings with my sister and my family. It's something that's kind of traditional to do in our families, and I believe if you have a certain gift, it's in your blood. So, but you may not notice it until a certain time, or until the universe will decide that you're ready, or you're strong enough to help others, or to work with your gift. Okay, so there are many people who even have a gift, but they just not meant to be a healer in this lifetime. It's more for your own purposes, and but when you actually have to help others, the universe will put you in a situation when you will have to do it. Not that you have to, of course you will always have a choice, and I also had a choice to take this gift, or to or not to. And I took it. I accepted it, but it got me lots of courage. I had to overcome many fears. I had to fight many ghosts, and I've learned with time that my gift is not my enemy, but it's my friend. But before that, I had to go through a lot, including judgment of people that I thought are my friends, maybe, or somebody that I cared for. So not all of them, of course, but I had to handle this too. Basically, I was ready for it. That not all of the people that I would like to understand would understand. But I want to say some of them did, and I even want to say some that didn't before even asking me for readings today. So somebody catched up, and it took them time to realize and understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I know sometimes you guys in a comment section, sometimes you say no one understands me. And if nobody understands you, or you feel that you are alone, or people don't get you, it only means that you're doing something that they cannot. It only means that your way, your path is different. So it's normal if people don't get you. And the next question we're going to talk about, I actually chose very interesting. You did great with your questions this time. I chose some interesting, mysterious questions, and I'm going to answer them today. And one of them is how to keep the astral creeps, ghosts away, entities, so they don't harm you or don't bother you. So first of all, I want to say, don't entertain them. Stop being scared of them. So the more you're afraid of something or someone, the more they will hunt you. As I said, I had to face my own, till my vibrations went higher and they couldn't get to me anymore. You can also talk to them and ask them what they need from you. Sometimes even many years ago, people, what they did, they offered them some treats to the ghosts. They left candies like outside the house, and then in the morning they took it and they left. So you can how do you say it, you can offer something to these ghosts so they leave you, but not in all, of course not all the time it works. But you can definitely talk to them, ask them what they need, and send them away. Always send them away. Don't be afraid to tell them that you want them to leave. Many of you ask about a protection, like how to protect your energy from bad eye, from negativity, and it seems like many of you didn't watch the video I made on my channel maybe a couple months ago, or even maybe 5-6 months ago, about protection, how to protect your energy. Please search. I explain step by step on how to do it. And if someone really wants to help here, and actually in the comment section add some links to this video and also to my other question and answer in videos, so people can click and watch those videos that they missed on. Okay, so next question was about interesting question actually, thank you for that. Did I experience any eerie mystical incidents in my journey? Well, definitely a yes. And I even want to say not even once. And I continuously experience such mystical things in my life. But for some reason I want to talk about one specific one. It was an electricity battle. As you know, witches have this ability to break lights, to go around electrical stuff and break them, or like something will, it's not really break them, something may stop working, but then when you go it start working again. But here it was, someone was performing magical rituals on me, and I know who they are. And because of that, for probably 2 weeks, it was the whole electricity battle in my house. The maintenance of my community was coming every other day to fix the same lights they already fixed. And it was like one after another. Things that I touched blew up, or almost touched, right? I was protected, but it was kind of creepy. Or if I came near to something, it would stop working. Even my door, I was about to go out to a certain party I was invited to, and I was all dressed up. And then my door had this electrical numbers, you have to like press the numbers to lock the door. And suddenly, and they recently changed the battery in there, everything was fine. And as soon as I wanted to go, it just didn't work at all. So I couldn't leave my house open. So I realized that the universe doesn't want me to go there. Why? Because right now, at that moment, I was in danger. So the universe kept me away from certain situations that I could get into. So people that were waiting on me to go with them actually were like, oh my god, what's going on? And I said, I'm sorry, I already undressed, I'm just gonna have some tea and I'm gonna stay home because I cannot go. And they understood me, because I always keep people around me that they are on my vibe. They understand that if this happened, I wouldn't like risk and go, especially with what was going on these weeks. So my family members even made jokes about it, because it was so obvious what's going on around me. But I knew exactly what to do, how to protect myself. And actually, this game with the energy, with electricity, was part of my protection, because this magic or whatever they did, rituals, didn't get to me. And just a second, I want to say I didn't miss on something. I was doing some notes here. Anyways, the next question is about what inspires me. And I would say my family, my good friends, a good challenge. If I set myself a goal that I want to do something and I know I have to work for it, I have to do something about it. Usually I don't set goals like they're like 5 years from now. I do like 2-3 months from now what I have to do, right? What else inspires me? Nature. I love being around water, around trees, or just outside. Also, my hobbies that I have inspire me. Okay, next question is about somebody asking about my understanding of heaven, especially for those who lost someone. So somebody lost a person, member of their family, and I guess you want to understand what's the connection there, or how are they doing there. And I want to say, I believe that nothing can break a true soul bond, and you can always connect with your deceased ones if you need their support or you miss them a lot. They're always around you. So don't think that if they left this planet, that means, or this life in this body, you not connected to them anymore. You are. And I even want to say, guys, feel free to ask them anything you want, or anything that bothers you, and advice. they will somehow answer you, especially if you have a gift to, connect with deceased ones, with your ancestors. They may even give you signs afterwards through things, signs, numbers, letters, names, I don't know. What else? The only thing I would say, if you are connected with souls that are not on this planet anymore, or in general, don't forget to live in your human life. Everything needs a balance, so stay sane, okay? Don't go too much into spiritual world. I wouldn't recommend that. And I believe that souls never die, but transform to another life or realm. And I think this is something we shouldn't worry about in this lifetime, because when it's time for us to go, God will take it from there. God will take care of us. I also would recommend a book that I didn't read it till the end, but I started reading it and I really liked it. And I think it will somehow answer the question, the understanding of heaven. It's called Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. And it actually explains how our soul transforms, yeah. And I would recommend this book for you. Okay, so let's go for the next question. Is about numbers and signs. Just a second, I'm gonna drink my coffee here. You can take yours, or a tea. So about the numbers and signs, I want to say, at all different stages of your life, certain numbers will guide you. So some numbers, they will go with you throughout life. Others, they're just here to temporary, because you experience it as experiencing a certain wave of your life, certain part of your life, that will be somehow resonated with specific numbers. People around you, situations, places. This is like a phase. And again, as I said, other numbers, they will more be with you all the time. And also I want to say, when people try to understand, okay, what each number specifically means, and I would say don't rely on that, because the meaning will be different for everyone. You just have to feel it, you have to connect it, connect the dots, the puzzle of your specific situation. Again, ask your guides, spirits, the universe, your ancestors, what exactly those numbers mean, and they will answer this. You can even set a time and say, please, spirits, universe, God, help me to understand why is this specific numbers showing in my path right now. I want to, please show me within the next 2-3 weeks. Or you can set a certain time for yourself, and they will show you. They will show you why exactly you've seen these numbers. I actually just recently had this situation, and usually I know what numbers, what they mean in my life. Usually I'm right away in tune with them. But there was certain set of numbers that I didn't understand why they're here, and I realized it was not just a number. Then I asked why, and funny thing, those numbers actually, the synchronicity was beautiful, and those numbers were the numbers of my birth, an hour, minute, and second. So to that extent, right? And it gave me so much clarity about why am I doing what I'm doing, who is by my side, and insanely beautiful, mystical situation. But I'm so grateful that my guides, if they don't answer something to me, if I don't understand something, that means it's just not the right time yet. That's it. Okay, next question would be, how to let go of other people's negativity and judge them less. So first I want to say, every time you judge someone, you feed them for free. What does it mean? You think about them, you think about it, you think about, you talk about it, right? So you give them energy and attention, and they don't really care. They just feed on your energy, good or bad. So good or bad, it doesn't matter. Okay, and I would recommend for you to stay away from judging anyone. And about how to get let go of people who are negative, again, I would recommend you my video about protection. I hope somebody will put the link in the comment section. Okay, another interesting question I wanna tap into is how to become a good psychic. Because everyone interested in astrology, in tarot, just because you want to be better at psychic. So many people on my channel or any other channel to improve their skills, as I understand through this question. Okay, I'm not saying all of you, but many of you probably. And the first thing I want to say, you don't have to compete with anyone. If you really truly have a gift, psychic gift, you will never question your abilities, number one. Yes, you could be at the stage where you're still unsure. That's normal. This is part of your journey. You're still learning. But you wouldn't need to become better in terms of you need certain skills to become better. No, you can grow. You can grow spiritually with time, and you can get new skills. But if you truly are psychic, you have to be called to it. You will be called by the universe. You cannot just wake up and say, I'm a psychic and now I'm trying to improve my gifts. It's not like you go to school and you learn math and you can be skillful at tarot. You can read tarot. Everyone can if they have a certain skills or they learn. You can, but does it mean you're psychic? No, you may be a very good reader, but this is not psychic. Okay, so psychic, it's a lifestyle basically. It's a feeling, okay, that cannot be really explained. And tarot or any other tools, astrology, this is just tools to help you express what you feel to other people. I will suggest though to practice different divinations, and also I would suggest to concentrate on your strengths. What exactly you good at when it comes to esoterics, spirituality? What divination you best at? Where you feel you strongest? And improve this. Don't concentrate on your weaknesses, on something that you lack or you're not good at. Because I see some readers, they copy each other. They try to do things that others do, and I'm not saying it's impossible. Yes, it's great that you try new things, but I see some just lack creativity maybe, or they think that this will somehow get them more views, I don't know, or clients. But I would recommend to concentrate on what you already good at. And it's probably something that you started with in the beginning. But some readers, instead of concentrating and improving their strengths, or like getting even stronger where they already are, they concentrate on something they don't know or they lack. or they're not even called to do, but they see that others doing this and they do the same. This is not gonna work in your favor eventually. Also, everyone can be interested, right, in this craft, in esoterics, but not, as I said, not all are called to help others. Okay? But it doesn't mean you can, be curious, learn, observe. That's all great. But to be a psychic, something is within you that's calling you. It's in you, in your blood, in your energy. So yes, you can learn, you can get more knowledge, but without knowing deep down that you do have a gift, all this knowledge is just going to be books that you read in a library, but they belong to someone else. Anyways, the next question is how I see transformation. How do I see transformation? It's something that I'm good at. Okay, something that I'm used to. I know the steps, I know how to adapt to it, I know how my body reacts to it. Basically, I already observed it and I know what to do next. And some people say, I'm going through transformation right now, it's horrible. Before I did too, but it wasn't that bad, now it's worse. And I want to tell you, you just forgot how it was before. If it was really a transformation, you just forgot how it was. So what I would recommend, if you're going through one, write down how you feel. Write down how you get through it. So next time when you have it, you already know what to do. You already know that you can get through it, that it's not the end of the world, that you're strong enough to overcome it. Okay, next question. How to separate yourself from your reading? Very interesting question, actually. If you read for someone, it's easier, right? But if you read for yourself, how to separate yourself from the reading? You can't. Basically, if you read for yourself, you are emotionally attached to the situation. You probably afraid to see the truth, or not ready to see the truth yet. And I would recommend, especially if you emotionally unstable and you want to find the truth, or you want to open a card when you're in that energy that you don't know what to do, you emotionally attached, I would say come back later when you're ready, when you're more calm, when you're not as attached. You will be attached, but you're not as attached. And another interesting thing I want to tell you about it is the cards are very smart. Tarot are very smart, and they will show you what you need to see at the moment. You basically manipulate the reading. When you read for yourself, if you didn't know, you manipulate your own reading with your subconscious. And because our subconscious usually protects us from things, right? From danger. Our mind protects us from danger. You may see the universe is showing, or the cards, okay, as we're talking about the cards, through the cards, showing you what you need to see right now at the moment, because that's the only thing you can handle right now. And it could go both ways, and you're still not gonna be satisfied. Either it's gonna show you everything is bad, and you're gonna be even more frustrated, and you're gonna say, I'm probably emotionally attached, and it shows me bad things because I'm negative, and you're not gonna believe in what you see. It could also go another way when you see perfect cards and you say, oh my god, how is it perfect if I'm nervous, if I feel something's off? Why it shows me the good cards? Another way of saying that the universe shows you what you want to see. Okay? So how I do that, I already learned how to detach myself to a certain extent, and I also know when cards are lying to me. I know when I manipulate them, and it's their way of saying, you're not ready to hear it now. Ask someone who is detached, or wait for it. Wait until you're ready to hear the truth, or wait when you're not as emotionally charged. So I would say you can ask a guidance, right? Use cards that actually show you how to calm yourself or how to proceed next. That you can ask, and maybe 1-2 cards will show you some guidance or calm you down. But if you actually are trying to make a decision, or you looking at a certain person that you involved with, probably the cards will mess it up for you, not because they are stupid, but because they're not gonna show you the truth. Okay? Next question. Do I feel when my readers need my advice? Yes, of course. I always tell you, I felt like I want to do a reading right now, or my guides told me I have to do such reading. That's why I always rely on my intuition, what kind of reading should be. But of course, because you suggested many options of subject of readings, I'm gonna look to that too, and we'll try to do at least 5 or 7 readings throughout the next weeks, to, fulfill your request. I'm gonna choose maybe around 5 or 7 suggestions that you gave me. Next question. Do I do readings for my family members? Yes, but only when they ask me. I don't just do because I wanna help them or whatever, no. Only if they truly ask me, I do. Next question is how readers, also I believe it's very interesting, how readers pick on someone's energy when doing collective readings. Do viewers manipulate the energy? They can, yes. Viewers do manipulate the energy, but it will depend on the reader and their skills to hear the authentic information out of many other voices and energies that they hear. And that's why I'm always saying that how important it is who is the main audience that you have. Someone who wants to feed on their own illusions and hopes, or someone who wants to hear the truth. So here you may even notice, and I don't want to offend any reader here, I'm not specifically pointing at anyone, I'm just giving you general observation of mine. I see some readers, for example, they have specific topics and they repeat those topics, and you will see that the main audience there, they are very attached to that kind of topic, and they come there to calm their nerves, to hear the information that they want to hear. So mainly I would say such readers, they different types of healers, if they truly authentic in their work, of course. Readers that heal people that are addicted, attached, people that need to hear a lie in order to survive, in order to calm their nerves. But there is also a downside to this, that those viewers, they so already addicted to such readings where they only hear the good news, okay, that the person is coming to them, they will come back, that they have feelings for them and so forth, that they so much into their illusions that eventually it's hard for them to move on, and it can lead even into more depression. But again, I never judge anyone. It's their path, hopefully temporary. But for me, it's very important what kind of audience I have, because I hear many things. When I read, I hear many things, and I can separate what the viewer wants to hear and what I actually have to say. That's why intuition is very important here. Intuition is number one. Next question. Is it possible to identify the trauma or blockages of your ancestors, family, that may affect your current life? Yes, definitely. I actually do that. I did it many times in my personal readings. If I feel like that your blockages are based on your ancestors or family members, something you need to work through, yes, I can see it, that this affects your life. And also it's possible to work through it as well. Next question is, what's the misconception that people have on learning a wax reading? Also, I found it very interesting. I would say wax reading, it's a whole vibe, which takes lots of energy. And if certain senses are not involved, you wouldn't be able to fully comprehend what you see or hear. So this is not just pictures that you see or images that you see. This is not just what you hear. It's a whole vibe of connecting dots. And most people, they don't even know what they're doing when they use wax. And maybe there is also a reason not many can do it, or they feel that they shouldn't do it, because you really have to be in tune with fire element, fire spirits and water spirits, because it's still candle becomes a liquid. Even if you don't do candle wax on water, you still fire and water plays a major role. And if you're not connected as much with fire and water, you would have difficulties to do that. But it's a whole vibe. Next question is, how do you know what you actually have, that you actually have a gift and you're not an insane person? Well, there is a very thin line here. You have to be very grounded in the everyday life, and in order not to get too much into your psychic gift and fly away. For me, I know how to separate business from pleasure. I know how to separate my 3D life from spiritual life, how to separate my work from everyday things that I have to do. And that's the thin line that I have. But some people, they don't know the thin line. It's funny even how when some people say that I'm all about like luxury and money, and this is not something that spiritual people should have. I don't know who got the idea that spiritual people have to be poor all the time, or they have to live in the mountains like monks. I don't know. For me, it's all about balance. We have Earth to enjoy it fully, right? If you don't have money, you cannot go to different places, you cannot travel and see the world, right? And other parts of Earth. It's just an example. And if we as souls didn't have to experience luxury and money and abundance, we wouldn't have them. But somehow, some reason, God wanted us to be here. So we're not living in heaven. We're living in a mixture, I would say, of light and dark. And both of that light and dark was made by God. If God didn't want us to have the dark side or a shadow, it wouldn't be here. It's very simple. Because for me, it's just a way of life. I believe everything has to have a balance, and there is a thin line, yes. That's actually grounds you not to go insane. If we go back to the question. Okay, next question is about actually this question or my answer is connected to the previous question. What advice I would give to my younger self? And considering my other life, as I said before, that was not spiritual, I would give myself, younger self, an advice to take care of myself, to treat myself, to spend more money on myself and not being afraid, to bring joy to myself, because all the time before that I was taking care of others a lot, my family members, everyone who was around me, and not even my family or people that didn't appreciate eventually what I did for them. But it is what it is, right? And now the advice is, I'm not saying you shouldn't take care of other people, but when you are not taking care of yourself, you're not living life. You don't enjoy everyday life. You ruin your health eventually. And you you can feel even older in your body if you don't take care of yourself. Okay, so when we care, other people around us start caring. Okay, so I don't know, that's the advice I would give to my younger self, because I've wasted so many years to not doing any of it. And I would even recommend you to make at least one appointment a month. If you cannot really spend money on yourself, at least do a favor to you and do at least one appointment a month. It could be a dentist appointment to take care of your teeth. It could be a massage. It could be a hair salon. But some time for you and only you. And it's not selfish. Because trust me, people around you, your family members, they would be much happier if you're happy. If they see you, you look good, you smell good, you take care of yourself, you take care of your body, you smile. And again, I don't want to comment that I only care for money. I'm not even, there's nothing to say about it, okay? If you don't get it, you just don't get it. Maybe one day. And next question is, what helps me when I feel down? Number one, when I feel down, again, I already know how it goes. If I feel down, first of all, I let myself to feel that way. I acknowledge that I'm feeling bad right now. I say, okay, I need some time, maybe an hour or two, maybe a day or two. And I always force myself to go outside. If I feel down and I see that I'm like too much sitting by myself, feeling bad, I literally force myself to dress and go outside. and just walk, walk, and walk. So I give myself some time to feel a certain way, but I always know what actually makes me feel better during this time. I always know that it's temporary, and I know that every time I feel down, which is like it rarely happens now because I control it already, you know. Every time I feel that way, I know when I'm actually better, I'm gonna be even more, even stronger. It's like, again, little transformation of mine, right? So I always know it's going to change. Okay, next question. If you do cleansing ritual on someone else, do they have to do it on their own, or you can do it for them? You can do it for them, but they need to be aware of it. Please, if you're trying to help someone without their knowledge, this is not helping. A person that you want to help, they have to know about it. And the most important, number two, I would say, it's better if you wait until they ask you to do it. If you're just trying to help and they never asked you, most likely it's not going to work and you will just lose your energy. I always wait. Even if I see a person is struggling, I can suggest that they need some help, but I would never say, okay, I'm going to help you now, I'm gonna go and perform a certain ritual on you so you feel better. No. Okay, I'm actually going to wait until a person is actually ready to ask me. So suggesting, giving an idea to other person is good, but just to help without they want it or their knowledge is not going anywhere. Next question. My favorite elements for cleansing. Well, fire and water. For me, they're number one for cleansing my energy. Of course, earth as well, but fire and water, that's something I constantly use to cleanse myself, to make myself feel better, to do cleansing rituals as well. And next question, how did you learn to love yourself completely and not let anyone's opinion hurt you? Well, first of all, I realized that people around me were affecting my love to myself. I always had this love in me, but people around me, they were toxic. Not all of them, but mostly, and not because they tried to hurt me, it's just that's the only thing they know. And I was in that energy for years until I realized that I literally have to change my environment. And people that I couldn't, for example, my close relatives, I cannot get rid of them, right? I just try to a bit stay away until they realize what they're doing wrong, or they will change their vibe or change their change their view on certain things, I would say. And if possible, even moving away, changing your place, city, if possible. If you really feel that everyone around you is toxic. If it's not possible, again, just not to separate yourself from those people. Understand that those people, they're not guilty of their own life. That's the only thing they know. They don't know better. So it's not your fault, okay, that they are around you. It's not their fault that they're around you, but you can separate yourself from them. And since I've changed this environment, I physically or emotionally separated myself from such people. I started to attract different energies, different people, and that actually gave me more courage. They helped me to pick up my self-esteem. It doesn't mean those people had to agree with me on everything. No, this is not what it is. But they didn't judge me in certain things. They allowed me to be who I am around them without trying to change anything, right? And actually, when people don't force you to change something in you, whatever needs to be changed in you, it's naturally changing with time. And you realize how you grow, but you grow on your own. And those people, they're just around to help you do that. They're not actually involved. They're not pushing you to do anything. They're not telling you how to live your life. And that's how I learned to completely love myself, I would say. I'm still working on it. We're always going to work on it. There are sometimes times that we cannot always attract good people, right? Sometimes there are certain people that come into our life for certain lessons, and they're there to actually test how much we love ourselves. And they may try to let us down, to show us that things are not that good in our lives as we think, but this is all devil's work to test us, right? And as soon as you get through this lesson, it's gone. How do I handle setbacks and pain? That's the next question. And I'm just gonna say, I learned from it and I move on. Yes, I lived through this pain, I learned from it, and I move on. There's nothing else to do here. I'm not waiting for a person to understand what they did wrong. The universe will show them what they did wrong. Time will show them what they did wrong. And if it doesn't, that means it was just not meant to be. I literally distanced myself from such people, and even more, I just lose interest towards such people. Eventually, if somebody like really set me back, like hurt me or set me back, that I'm like, okay, this person doesn't even worth my attention. Yes, maybe I'm emotionally attached even to them. Doesn't matter. I have to work on distance myself. This is not good for me. I understand. I can separate my emotions from my brain. Sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes even I can struggle. It was before. Now it's not to that extent, but before I could, struggle from it, from pain, from people that hurt me. But then I realized that I'm wasting too much time on that. Too much. They don't worth it. They were here to teach me a lesson, and I lose interest, and that's the best thing I can do, to lose interest. Okay, so next question is, what are the two important advice I would give to my followers based on my life experience? So I would say number one is don't be afraid to risk. And when I say risk, I don't mean like risky habits that you can do. No. What I mean is, if you truly want something, for instance, you want to change your city or country, and you don't know where to start, or you're afraid you're not gonna find a job, or you're afraid you're not gonna make it, or you want to separate from someone, or you want to live on your own, not with your parents anymore. For everyone it can be different. This is just an example, right? Don't wait for, I don't know, years to do that. If you truly feel this calling, if you feel that you have to do it now, give yourself, I don't know, 3 to 6 months to put things together, maybe to, I don't know, make some money to do the first steps. But never wait like until you become rich to do that step. No, risking doesn't mean you're not gonna fail. You may even fail, or you may even go through so many difficulties during this change. But imagine how much you will grow. Imagine how much you will transform eventually, how much new knowledge you will get, and eventually you'll do what you want. Okay, so this is just an example. It could go anyway. So don't be afraid to risk. Of course, plan ahead at least, I don't know, 3 to 6 months. But don't wait for years to do something that you truly want to do. And advice number 2 would be always believe in miracles until your last breath. And what does it mean? Believing in miracles actually keeps you alive, keeps you young, keeps you happy, positive. Okay, you can even see how people, as I said before in my other question, if you don't treat yourself right, you may get old or look old faster. Or why? Not because of your physical, but because of your energy is too heavy. When we don't believe in miracles, when we don't wait for good things, when we don't think positive, we energetically become heavier and heavier and older in our energy. And it's become so heavy that we don't even, when actually something good comes, we don't even have the energy to appreciate it, to be happy about it. You know what I mean? The lighter is your energy, the younger is your energy, the better for you. So always believe in miracles. Even if you feel your life doesn't give you this so far, it's important, and always remember that miracles happen to those who believe in them, right? And those who sometimes write in comments, oh, my life is horrible, I'm miserable, or I tried everything, doesn't work. Remember what you saying. The more you're going to say it, to write it down, the more you will get to this situation. Okay, so that's what it is. Next question, did I have any mentors on my path? Well, I would tell you no, not much of mentors, no. I had to experience everything on my own. It was a very difficult transformation of mine. But I did have other support of good people that came into my life, new friends, people that were on similar path as I am. I did have around me some Reiki professionals, people that helped me to cleanse myself. I constantly went to some meditations sessions where people gathered together. But I didn't really have like an actual mentor. Do I find it hard to relate to other people? Not anymore. Well, actually, I can adapt to any group of people right now. I'm okay with it. But I try to attract the right ones for me, and I don't entertain people just to get the attention. I can be just fine on my own as well as with somebody else. I don't feel that this is that because I like to be alone, I cannot relate to other people. No. If you cannot relate to other people, probably you attract people that are not on your frequency. And that's what you have to work on. To attract people that actually will understand you, that will uplift you. You're just in the wrong environment if you cannot relate to other people. Not because your people don't exist. Okay, next question. Why some people are able to escape their karma? Well, I also have a question for you. How do you know that they escape it? because you don't see it with your eyes. And if those people really did something bad, right, sooner or later they will get their karma. But it could happen in this lifetime, it could happen in the next lifetime, but you don't have to be there to watch it, to see it with your eyes. And I would say, for people who are waiting for other people to get their karma, I have to say, stop waiting. You're missing on your own life while waiting for somebody to understand something or to be judged by the universe. Okay, they will get what they deserve on their own way. Maybe they already do, you don't know. You think on the outside it seems like everything is fine, but you don't know what the people really going through. You cannot know what's going on in their soul. Maybe their soul is so dark and miserable that that's their karma. You don't know in which way karma gets to them. Okay, or maybe they were meant in this lifetime to avoid their karma. Maybe they already paid for much more in their previous lives, and this life they just live however they want. But who are we to judge, right? Next question is, how did you learn to trust the messages you receive? I just do. I actually gave myself a promise not to question my channeling, and I always tell you this. But why I trust myself? Because I don't expect myself to be always 100% correct. I understand that certain things may not be correct or may not seem correct at the moment. Because I also have situations, and many of them actually, where people, they watch my reading. And it seems like maybe not that much resonated, some resonated, some didn't. And then time passed by and they come back and they say, hey Nata, you know what happened? I thought it did resonate, but now it did later on. I didn't know how it will resonate with me at the moment, but it did later on. So you never know in which way it can resonate with you. Maybe in the future it will be more obvious. But my goal is to guide people. I'm not here to give you a full summary of your life. I'm not here to prove you that I'm a psychic. Some people, why they have difficulties with trusting their own messages is because they are afraid of judgment, and they're afraid that if they make a mistake, people will not trust them anymore, or they will not take them seriously. But in reality, I'm gonna talk for myself. I'm just here to guide, and you may take only 1 or 2% of what I'm saying, or it may only resonate a part that you have to hear right now. The rest may not, but the main thing why you hear, you will hear throughout this reading. Maybe 1-2 sentences that you needed to hear. They will be right. And that's what will probably get your attention at the moment. Okay, so I'm not here to be a prophet and tell you every little thing about your story. Yes, as I was saying, some people afraid of it, afraid to make a mistake. I'm not. I know I'm not gonna be right 100%, because this is not my job. And some afraid to tell their story and say, oh, whatever you see, right? Like, but I'm not asking you for a summary when I do your personal reading. I'm not asking you for a summary because I'm afraid I'm not gonna tap into like I'm gonna make a mistake like that. No, I'm asking you for a summary because I want to get deeper into your situation. I want to give you a deeper connection to your higher self and show you what actually you lack or what actually you need to be doing right now. I'm not here to tell you exactly where you were yesterday or where you're gonna go tomorrow. That's not my job. That's why I always trust myself. Whatever is needed to be heard will be heard. The rest doesn't matter. Okay, next question is somebody said, once in your reading you said that your eye color have changed. What's the reason behind it? Well, first of all, there is a scientific reason to it. I mean, it rarely happens, but I think it's because of melanin, I think. And that happens from the exposure to the sun. And I think this was the part I was on the sun at that day. I was at the beach, and but I don't see it as just, you know, in that way. I believe it was a part of my spiritual growth because I was not alone at that time. I was with a person that's important to me, and when my eye color changed, I would even say after that many new transformations started happening in my life. So I would say every time something is changing in your life, that means you are ready for the next phase or level of your life. It doesn't matter what changes, but if you see some mystical change, it probably shows you that you're ready for a new upgrade. You're ready for a new upgrade. And by the way, my eyes became much lighter. Before I had dark brown eyes, and then now I have more like light brown hazelnut color. But when it happened in one day, I came home, I look at the mirror and I'm like, okay, I was kind of scared even. But it happens. Next question is, what is the side effect to a human being who is engaged in tarot for a long time? I would say the side effects, as you call them, starts before you involved with tarot. You actually come to tarot because you had some transformation happening in your life for most of people, right? And the only side effect I would say would be that you will be judged by some people no matter what, or you will not be understood by many people. Many people, not many, but some people wouldn't understand you, maybe even scared of you. But an actual side effect, I don't know, I cannot say, I'm not there yet. Maybe in 20-30 years I'll know, but if you think that way, that you will have a certain side effect, I wouldn't recommend to be involved. Okay, because when we're afraid of something, we can actually program ourselves for that. Is it important to learn Reiki for tarot accuracy? No, but it's always good to expand your knowledge, I would say, but it's not important, I would say. It's not important. But it's good to know about chakras, or main information that may help you while you read. Next question. You picked a reading and it's... Oh, you, you guys asking. I picked a reading and it was spot on, but the life scenario is not how you described. Sometimes it happens when you choose a reading, right? Choose your pile, and it seems like the story about is your story. But when I talk about the how it will eventually turn out, it doesn't go that way for you. So number one, I would say, this is because cards show you what you need or want to hear at the moment. And it might take us back to the question where we talk about viewers manipulate the reading. It's not good or bad. Maybe at some moment you need to hear the good news. Or the universe wants you to hear it that way at the moment. You basically manipulate the story with your energy. Another thing could happen here. If it's your story but it doesn't come true, you are listening but you're not making the necessary steps that you have to make in order to get there. Or it's just not your time yet. It's just not your time yet, and there could be so many reasons to that. Next question is how to tune in with your intuition. Actually, I wanna make a video about intuition. I think I did a long time ago one video, but I might make another one a little bit different, maybe more examples will be there. I'll try to do such video in the future. If you want such video, please let me know in comment section. And finally, the last question I'm gonna answer, because too many questions. Do I believe in love? Yes, of course, and I will always be. I will always do believe in love. It's just the meaning of love is different for everyone, based on their experience. For instance, when people are hurt, they are negative about love. When people are happy, they're positive about love. And you can change your mind throughout your life. But what's important is always have this hope within you. Because if you capable of loving someone, then how can you think that other people cannot, or that you are the only one on earth out of billion people that feels love and other people don't? And if you love someone or you loved someone and this person didn't reciprocate or didn't show you their love, just means that they were not meant to. It wasn't their job to please you, or it wasn't something that the universe wanted in this lifetime. Or maybe you have somebody else that will show this love to you. Okay, I'm gonna stop here right now. Again, I couldn't answer all the questions, there were too many. I just, whatever I felt interesting, I was writing down, and that will be it. Thank you very much, guys. I hope the comments will be open this time for you to comment. Hope it was helpful, something interesting for you. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.